What's up, YouTubers? I'm Ryan1, and welcome to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time for the N64. This is a praised game over the years, treasured as one of the greatest video games of all time. And it's not my favorite Zelda game, but I do enjoy it a lot. And in recent years, I have seen it not praised quite as much. I've seen it passed on as either mediocre or horrible, only kinda good. But honestly, I still think this game is a masterpiece, even if not perfect. And I'm hoping throughout this project I can talk about what I love about this game so much, even over the years. With that, let's get started. In the vast, deep forest of Hyrule, long have I served as the guardian spirit. I am known as the Deku Tree. The children of the forest, the Kokiri, live here with me. Each Kokiri has his or her own guardian fairy. However, there is one boy who does not have a fairy. Navi, Navi, where art thou? Come hither. Oh, Navi the fairy, listen to my words, the words of the Deku Tree. Dost thou sense it, the climate of evil descending upon this realm? Malevolent forces even now are mustering to attack our land of Hyrule. For so long, the Kokiri Forest, the source of light, has stood as a barrier, deterring outsiders and maintaining the order in the world. But before this tremendous evil power, even my power is as nothing. It seems the time for the boy without a fairy to begin his journey. The youth of whose destiny it is to lead Hyrule to the path of justice and truth. Navi, go now. Find our young friend and guide him to me. I do not have much time left. Fly, Navi, fly! The fate of the forest, nay, the world depends upon me. And I love this little cutscene. It's so cute and happy. Just a nice, lighthearted way to introduce such a fun game. And, you know,
Hello.
I think that's really cute. I love Navi's voice. It's really cute. Many people find it annoying, but I really don't. And up there's Link's house. Boom! Right in the head. So yeah, the dialogue in this game, it kind of scrolls slowly, just a little bit. So I try to wait a few seconds before I start reading, so I don't have to pause. But, you know, it's not that slow. It's not that bad. I think I'm doing a pretty good job. Hello, Link. Wake up! The great Deku Tree wants to talk to you. Link, get up! Hey, come on! Can Hyrule's destiny really depend on such a lazy boy? You finally woke up. I'm Navi the fairy. The great Deku Tree asked me to be your partner from now on. Nice to meet you. Great Deku Tree has summoned you, so let's get going, right now. So this is our first 3D Zelda game, but it's kind of introduced to us in 2D, like top-down, like the usual. Well, if we press a button, we can go to 3D again. And here we have Kokiri Forest. Ooh, hi, Link. Let's go on this ladder. Let's talk to her. Wow, a fairy! Finally, a fairy came to you, Link. Wow, that's great news. I'm so happy for you. Now you're a true Kokiri, Link. Is that right? The Great Deku Tree has summoned you? It's quite an honor to talk to the Great Deku Tree. I'll wait for you here. Go! Get going! Go see the Great Deku Tree! And here we're in the small village of Kokiri Forest. And I think it's a nice way to start off the game. Like, it's just a small town to explore before you're thrown into a big open world. And I'll talk about it in a bit. Hey, you, Mr. No Fairy, what's your business with the Great Deku Tree? Without a fairy, you're not even a real man. What? You got a fairy? Say what? The Great Deku Tree actually summoned you? What? Why would he summon you and not the Great Mido? This isn't funny. I don't believe it. You aren't even fully equipped yet. How do you think you're going to help the Great Deku Tree without both a sword and a shield ready? What? You're right, I don't have my equipment ready either, but if you want to pass through here, you should at least equip a sword and a shield. Sheesh. So yeah, it was Mido. He's pretty annoying and mean. So yeah, I got this nice little open forest where you can just explore. And if you're new to 3D Zeldas, it's kind of a nice way to introduce you to it, because like if you need help, there's people to talk to and signs to read, and for the rest of it you can just kind of play around. It's very well paced and it's not really forcing you into tutorials like recent Zelda games have, like Scattered Sword. And I'm glad that Breath of the Wild is not going to be doing stuff like that. If you crawl through this hole and you can see the Navi button blinking. So if you press the up button, she'll remind us of our objective, and you can press B to skip through it if you don't want to listen to it. And a lot of people hate Navi for that. They say that she's constantly nagging you for whatever your next task is in the story, but honestly, she doesn't do it that frequently, and you could just ignore it. You could just not press the button. It's not that big of a deal. And if you do, you can just skip through it with B. So I don't really see it as, like, nagging you. I just see it more as just an occasional reminder of your objective if you have one, and it's actually pretty nice, pretty clever, kind of reminding you of your objective without having to force you into it. I don't think Navi's that annoying. I understand if you hate Navi, but I just think people over-exaggerate. But, like, that's just my opinion. Like, she just doesn't annoy me. So now I can explore this forest and chop down grass like a real man! And that's how we get rupees. Alright, what does this sign say? Alright, so it's just teaching about your sword. Again, you don't have to read them, so it's not really forcing you into tutorials. It's just there if you need help. Now we're gonna come up here. We're gonna head over to an area that people don't usually go to this early. We're gonna go to the Lost Woods. This game is often regarded as very linear. The thing is, like, it's actually pretty open. You can go to a lot of areas before you're supposed to in the story, and you can get a lot of stuff done. And you can even do some of the dungeons out of order, even though not all of them. And I think that's pretty clever. This game isn't as linear as people make it out to be. I'm not saying it's, like, a complete 100% open world like the first Zelda, but, like, it's pretty open and non-linear. People just don't really bother to explore it that much. They just focus on the objective and don't really try to go anywhere early. They don't try to explore the world. They just pay attention to what they say in text. I was hoping we could, like, jump on top of that building. So if you target this person, they'll give us a tutorial on Z-targeting. I'll teach you how to talk to people using your fairy. So yeah, I'm just gonna skip it with B, which I don't think a lot of people know that you can skip a lot of text in this game just by pressing B. So yeah, Deku Shield is 40 rupees. We don't have that kind of money just yet. So we're just gonna... Yeah, like later in Twilight Princess, you know, you kind of do the same thing. You explore the village and try to get rupees, but I feel like it's faster and easier here, so it's not really annoying. It's just kind of a nice way to introduce you to how to play the game. You know, like, I think the tutorial section in Ocarina of Time is brilliant. It's like, it's just so well-paced. And it's not really, like, forcing you into tutorials, which there's other Zelda games that have done that have well-paced tutorials as well, but, like, Ocarina of Time is a good example, and I really like it. Alright, we need 10 more rupees. I don't know where... Oh, I think I know where I can get some. It's in one of these houses, but I don't remember which. I think it's Mido's house, but I want to find it. That's Saria's house. Where's Mido's house? House of Twins. Right. I could cut until when I find Mido's house, but come on, it shouldn't take that long. Yeah, House of the Great Mido, boss of the Kokiri. What a jerk. Got a green rupee. Blue rupee. Another blue rupee. And there we have enough rupees to buy the shields. I got a recovery heart. So I love the Kokiri Forest because it's full of children, and I think that kind of gives a childish feel because this game can get pretty emotional, intense, story-heavy, dark, stuff like that. So it's kind of nice to have a lighthearted feel in some areas and kind of gives off a sense of nostalgia, especially with the music. Like, I didn't actually grow up with this game. I didn't play until I was about 12, but like, even though I don't have a nostalgic connection with this game, I do kind of get a sense of nostalgia, mostly from the music, because, like, I just think the music is that magical. It just kind of gives a sense like you're a child. And I think that's really amazing. Like, just listening to this amazing music, Kokiri Forest, I just love it. Let's equip our Deku Shield. Talk to Mido. If you want to see the Great Deku Tree, you should at least equip a sword and shield. Eh? What's that? Oh, you have a Deku Shield? And what's that? Is that the Kokiri sword? Good grief! Well, even with all that stuff, a wimp is still a wimp, huh? I, the Great Mido, will never accept you as one of us. Shoot! How'd you get to be the favorite of Saria and the Great Deku Tree, huh? And he just kind of stomps off. So, if we go right through here, we get introduced to our first enemies. Now, these enemies don't attack you. And we got a Deku Stick. I'll get into that later. So, it's just kind of letting you play with your sword. You know, introduce yourself to combat. And when you kill him, green blood just splatters everywhere. I think that's pretty violent. Great Deku Tree, I'm back! Oh, Navi, thou hast returned. Link, welcome. Listen carefully to what I, the Deku Tree, am about to tell thee. Thy slumber these past moons must have been restless and full of nightmares. As the servants of evil gain strength, a vile climate pervades the land and causes nightmares to those sensitive to it. Verily, thou hast felt it. Link, the time has come to test thy courage. I have been cursed. I need you to break the curse with your wisdom and courage. Dost thou have the courage enough to undertake this task? Yes. Then enter, brave Link, and thou too, Navi. Navi the fairy, thou must aid Link. And Link, when Navi speaks, use the up icon to listen well to her words of wisdom. And despite how early we are, we're already getting into our first dungeon. Like, that's how fast the tutorial goes. Just kind of teaches those who need it and those who don't need it, and can just kind of fly by and get immersed into such a fun, atmospheric game. And my TV blacked out. So, a recurring thing in my Let's Plays, there's something up with my HDMI cord and my game capture. My TV keeps losing its signal a lot when I record. I have to unplug and plug back in the HDMI cord. So this is inside the Great Deku Tree. And I love the way this place looks, and I love the music. It's just so dark, and like, I think that's one of my favorite things about this game, is just how atmospheric it is. Like, it's one of the most atmospheric Zelda games. Got a Deku Nut right there. And now we're getting to some enemies that actually attack you, so you can just block with your shield when they attack, and attack with your shield. I think the combat in this game is pretty fun. Like, people complain that there's like a... Dang it. Dang it, I lost a whole heart there. So yeah, there's like people who complain that combat has a lot of waiting, but that's actually only for a few enemies that we're gonna get into later. Overall, it's not a very waiting-based combat. It's mostly you having to do something. You slash on an enemy, you block attacks with your shield when you need to, and you're also going to be using some items to stun enemies or hit weak points. So it's actually pretty... it has like a good amount of variety. So if we open this chest, we can get ourselves the dungeon map. So, as per usual in the Zelda game, we can look at a map in the dungeon once we get the dungeon map and see all the rooms that there is. And this is a Skullwalchula. Be careful not to touch it. If you climb these vines, they'll rush at you and you can never get past them. So we can't go there yet without being able to take them down, because our sword can't reach them. So yeah, Navi is kind of forcingly interrupting us, so I don't think Navi is super naggy. She doesn't really interrupt you a lot, but in this first dungeon, she can be just a little bit hand-holding-y. It's not too bad, but I guess it can be a little hand-holdy, but it's not a problem throughout the game. Ow, forgive me, Master. If I give you a clue, will you let me go? When you jump off a high cliff, if you hold the analog stick forward, you will roll on the ground when you land and you won't get hurt from the fall. I can't guarantee it will work though, if the cliff is really, really high. Well, try it if you're feeling bold. Wahaha! And we get a recovery heart if we need it. Yeah, you can go through this door and jump across this platform that's gonna shatter like that. And we get like a classic cutscene of opening treasure chests like we got in Wind Waker. And I know people like Egoraptor have complained that it tries to build suspension for you, but really it's just for Link. You just kind of want to get the item already. But regardless, I think it's a cool cutscene. Nice to see the face on Link and see him slowly open chests with such a classic theme playing. I think it's really cool. So that's my argument against that complaint with this game. And that's something that's common about all three Zeldas, except Breath of the Wilds. Go through this door. Just gonna backtrack just a little bit. It's not too big of a deal. Like, every Zelda dungeon has at least a little bit of backtracking. It's not anything. So we can use our slingshot to get rid of the Skullwalchulas just like that. But I don't think we're gonna climb up this, because I think we've been playing for long enough. No, I want to get that Deku Nut. No! Let me climb on top of Oh well. So yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this episode. So if you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment below and subscribe if you haven't already. And next time on The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, we're gonna be finishing up the Deku Tree. Until then, I've been Ryan Hanson 1. See you guys next time. Bye bye!